Good morning, and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11, or on Twitter you can find me at Razzle11Grinds. Going to take a look at some pitching for today, the 1st of May already. Don't have a lot of games to work with, just a 6-game main slate with a daytime doubleheader in Atlanta and New York, but don't believe those games will be on any of the slates, probably showdowns. But we will focus just on this 6-game main slate. Not a lot of pitching options, so video should be pretty quick here. Uh, Looking at the weather, looks like we should be okay. I saw some rumblings of some possible delays in Washington and New York, so we will have to kind of pay attention to the timing of those in terms of for pitching, but that's later in the day, so I won't worry too much about that right now. Giving a little look quick at our carnage report. Looks like we have a couple options, some pretty solid K scores. One really strong Vegas K score, a decent, some maroon, which is not good spots for some guys. So yeah, it just kind of reaffirms that this pitching slate isn't the greatest. So starting at the top, Luis Garcia, probably going to be my favorite option on the slate, which feels just wrong, but uh, has shut down both Toronto and Tampa Bay over his last two starts. Racked up 16 strikeouts, uh, just throwing the ball really well. Uh, Part of the reason why I'm there is San Francisco just left Mexico City, uh, and we always talk about teams leaving a series in Coors, while Mexico City was like Coors on steroids. So it might take a day or two or three for the Giants to kind of get back into it. I like the spot for Luis Garcia at home tonight. Domingo Herman is going to be a guy that probably ends up near my fade list. Um, it's really tough on a 6-game slate to completely fade somebody. I might get there with Herman, but for now we'll just add him to the severely underweight list. Um, I don't know what the ownership projections are going to be like, but I will tell you that no matter what they are, I will be underweight on Domingo Herman. Has not looked very good the last couple games. 5 home runs allowed over those two starts. The strikeouts have been there, minus the one game against Cleveland, who he faces tonight. He didn't strike anybody out, walked 5. Worst start of the year. Now we're paying a premium price because of the lack of pitching options. I'm just not interested in Domingo Herman right now. A couple guys that people are frustrated with or have been at various times. Blake Snell being one of them. Um, can't stop walking guys. Hasn't really shown big time K since this first start of the year. But I mean, this is it's a pretty good matchup against Cincinnati. At home, I know they just left the Mexico City series, so maybe there's a little hangover offensively. But Snell should be okay, I would think. He was in the dugout celebrating home runs. I noticed all that, but I think we can go to Snell. It's a volatile one, and there's going to be people that are just anti-Snell based on some of these performances here. But I think we can go there. Um, I actually think he's probably a better FanDuel play just because over there we're not going to get dinged by all the walks, but I think he's in play tonight. The other guy in that, Jose Barrios, has been pretty good the last 3 starts after starting out the season absolutely horrendously. Uh, I'm not sure what his history is in Boston. I will check into that later. But the way he's throwing the baseball right now, I am definitely interested. It should be in the looks like in the low to mid 50s at game time in Boston, so nothing too crazy. So Barrios is definitely gonna make my GPP list tonight. This matchup between Mackenzie Gore and Drew Smiley. Gore is throwing the ball really, really well, coming off a 10K performance. I think he has to be in play for us. Price is coming up, but like I mentioned earlier, though, we do have to pay attention to delay possibilities in this game. But I would rather take Mackenzie Gore, I think, than Drew Smiley. I think they're both in play very strongly. Smiley's thrown the ball really well the last four starts. 10Ks against the Dodgers. Don't expect that, I don't know, ever again, maybe. But he faces the weaker lineup of the two. I just think Mackenzie Gore has more upside from a pitching standpoint. Definitely not really interested in Taiwan Walker. Not all that interested in Cal Quantrill because he's looked pretty rough in four of the five starts, but he was solid against Detroit. And the current Yankee lineup is questionable at best. I don't, not really sure. It can get much better while everybody's injured. So maybe we have to consider Quantrill, but I don't want to have to. Um, a couple guys down here at the bottom interest me from a dart shot perspective. Luke Weaver, I talked about the teams leaving Mexico City. Weaver gives up a lot of home runs, but he does have strikeout ability. And if there's a bit of a hangover from San Diego, uh, Weaver has a chance to take advantage of that. Um, it's one that doesn't feel great, but I think it's worth a few shares. Same with Tony Gonsolin. Looked solid. I mean, control wasn't there, strikeout numbers weren't there, ground balls were strong. Throwing 65 pitches in his return, I would guess he probably bumps to the 75 to 80 mark. So he might be able to get us 5 innings. And if he does, I think he's in a decent spot, at 6.8K. So I do have to consider him, and I think he's probably safer than Weaver, which is weird to say considering he's on a pitch count. But yeah, I mean, our options aren't very strong tonight. So there we have the kind of first look breakdown of some of the pitching options that I will be on or off. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Really helps us out at DFS Army. Turn the notifications on so you can check out all the videos throughout the day. And if you want to join us, get involved in our chat, uh, have exposure to all of our tools and everything, I will put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, get you 10% off your monthly membership. And there we have it. So as always, best of luck, everybody.